have awakened the gods of old. We rise from our slumber to reveal our true power. Focus fire. Now to strike. These mortals have awakened the gods of old. We rise from our slumber to reveal our true power. Focus fire. Now to strike.
Well then, here we are again. Back at it. Gonna do things a little bit differently this time for the Sikh Warriors. Because I get it, not a whole lot is known about Sikhs. In fact, they're confused quite a bit for either Muslim or Hindu, which is fucking equally shitty, like on both sides of the spectrum, especially being located in the Punjab region, which is partially in Pakistan and partially in northern India. So you're getting shit from both sides. And of course you have the British. God, I love the British. Especially King Edward the First. We went over that on the last stream. What a legend. What a fucking legend. Get a couple of this stuff set up real quick and then we'll get started. I'll do an overview of Sikhism in general. Then I'll get into a little bit of the philosophy and the teachings because it's kinda interesting. Right? That Sikhs have warriors, because they're rather peaceful. So, yeah, we'll get into some of the philosophies, some of the religious stuff, and then we'll go into the history with all the with all the war and gore and battle tactics. But first, I feel that it is pertinent that I give you an overview of the Sikh people themselves before I do any of that other shit. So, that's what this episode is going to be spent on. It's basically an overview of Sikhs. We might finish it, we might not. We'll see. That being said, let's move into it. Oh shit. What a noob streamer, forgetting to do shit. Hold on. Uno momento, poor favors. Gotta post the link because it fucking works. And if people want to donate to the stream, well, there's how you do it right there. Through that link pinned in the comments. Other than that, hit the like button, the share button, the subscribe button, and the bell to get all the notifications so that you can get your daily dose of battle tactics and war strategies throughout the week. Because unfortunately, we do not have a coliseum active in the world for us to go watch and be spectators and or competitors in. Because God knows I'd love to be a fucking gladiator. Holy shit. What I wouldn't do. Hate it when it's fucking cold and your nose gets all runny and shit. Oh, drives me nuts. Alright, let's get started with Sikhism. Okay. Sikhism is an Indian religion and philosophy, also Pakistani religion and philosophy, because the Punjab region is located in both countries. That originated in the Punjab region of the Indian subcontinent around the end of the 15th century CE. It is one of the most recently founded major religions and among the largest in the world, with about 25 to 30 million adherents known as Sikhs. Sikhism developed from the spiritual teachings of Guru Nanak. Guru Nanak. The faith's first guru and the 9 Sikh gurus who succeeded him. The 10th guru, Gobind Singh, who I do believe somewhere around here. I will get into him later. Gobind Singh, who named the Guru Granth Sahib, which is the central religious scripture in Sikhism, as his successor. So, it was a book that was Gobind Singh's successor, not another guru. This brought the line of human gurus to a close. Sikhs regarded the Guru Granth Sahib as the 11th and eternally living guru, as it contains all the knowledge from all the past gurus. The core beliefs and practices of Sikhism articulated in the Guru Granth Sahib, their holy book. And other Sikh scriptures include faith and meditation in the name of one creator, Ik Onkar, the divine unity and equality of all humankind, engaging in selfless service to others, striving for justice for the benefit and prosperity of all, and honest conduct and livelihood. Following this standard, Sikhism rejects claims that any particular religious tradition has a monopoly on absolute truth. As a consequence, Sikhs do not actively proselytize, although voluntarily converts are generally accepted. Sikhism emphasizes meditation and remembrance as a means to feel God's presence, which can be expressed musically through kirtan or internally through nam japna, meditation in God's name. Baptized Sikhs are obliged to wear the 5 Ks, which are the 5 articles of faith which physically distinguish Sikhs from non-Sikhs. Among these include the kesh, uncut hair. Most Sikh men thus do not cut their hair, but rather wear a turban. Like this guy. Happy guy with a turban on. The religion developed and evolved in times of religious persecution, gaining converts from both Hinduism and Islam. The Mughal emperors of India tortured and executed 2 of Sikh gurus, Guru Arjan and Guru Tegh Bahadur. The Mughal emperors of India. Yeah, those guys are dicks. This is Guru Arjan and Guru Tegh Bahadur. Or Bahadur. Yes. Guru Tegh Bahadur. After they refused to convert to Islam, the persecution of Sikhs triggered the founding of the Khalsa by Guru Gobind Singh in 1699 in order to protect the freedom of conscience in religion, with the members expressing the qualities of Sant Sipahi, or Saint Soldier. That's right. It's the Granth Sahib Saint Soldier. Why, yes. All right. The basis of Sikhism lies in the teachings of Guru Nanak and his successors. Oh, by the way, this is basically, so here we go, right here. Punjab, this is what I was talking about. Pakistan, this lighter colored area in between the delineation of blue being India and I would say tan being Pakistan. This highlighted area is the Punjab region, where the Hindus came from. Oh wait, you know what would be even better? If I used this photo instead. Let's go with this one. Alright. The basis of Sikhism lies in the teachings of Guru Nanak and his successors. Sikh ethics emphasize the congruence between spiritual development and everyday moral conduct. Its founder, Guru Nanak, summarized this perspective as truth is the highest virtue, but higher still is truthful living. Sikhism lays emphasis on Eknur Tesab Jag Upja. From one light, the entire universe welled up. Guru Nanak also emphasized his teachings to his disciples by giving them real-life examples. Hey, aren't you not supposed to use anecdotal evidence? Wait a minute. I'm just fucking around. Sikhism is a monotheistic and pantheistic, or panentheistic religion. Sikhs believe that there exists only one God and that God is simultaneously within everything and is all-encompassing. All is one and one is all. The oneness of God is reflected by the phrase Ik Onkar. In Sikhism, the word for God is Waheguru. Waheguru. The Waheguru is considered to be Nirankar, Akal, Kartapurak, Akal Purk, and Agam Agachar. So, wondrous teacher, shapeless, timeless, the creator being beyond time and death and incomprehensible and invisible. Basically. In a literal sense, God has no gender in Sikhism, but metaphorically, God is presented as masculine and God's power as feminine. For example, Guru Gobind Singh refers to God as his father, and God's creative power as his mother. Similarly, another example is that the Guru Granth Sahib primarily Sikh scripture says that all humans are soul brides who long to unite with their husband Lord. It's kind of weird. In addition, the Gurus also wrote in the Guru Granth Sahib that there are many worlds on which the transcendental God has created life. So evidently we're not the only planet that exists in the universe with life according to the Sikhs. Let's go, buddy. The Sikh scripture begins with God as Ik Onkar, the one creator, understood in the Sikh tradition as monotheistic unity of God. Ik Onkar is more loosely rendered the one supreme reality, the one creator, the all-pervading spirit, and other ways of expressing a diffused but unified and singular sense of God and creation. The traditional Mool Mantar goes from Ik Onkar to until Nanak Hosi Bib Sach, the opening line of the Guru Granth Sahib, and each subsequent raga mentions Ik Onkar. I cannot read Indian, so I have no idea how to quote any of this next little piece from the fucking Guru Granth Sahib, but thankfully it's translated for me. So there is one supreme being, the eternal reality, the creator, without fear and devoid of enmity, immortal, never incarnated, self-existent, known by grace through the true Guru. Yeah, I wasn't going to try to read that in Punjabi. That was not going to happen. Is that pronounced Sikh? Yes, like seek and destroy. A song by Metallica. Maya, defined as a temporary illusion or unreality, is one of the core deviations from the pursuit of God and salvation, where worldly attractions give only illusory temporary satisfaction and pain that distracts from the process of the devotion of God. However, Nanak emphasized Maya as not a reference to the unreality of the world, but of its values. In Sikhism, the influences of ego, anger, greed, attachment, and lust, known as the Panj Core, are believed to be particularly distracting and hurtful. Sikhs believe the world is currently in a state of Kali Yuga, age of darkness, because the world is led astray by the love of and attachment to Maya. The fate of the people vulnerable to the five thieves is separation from God, and the situation may be remedied only after intensive and relentless devotion. They're not fucking wrong. Let's be real. What's going on, Stepfire? How you doing? How you doing? According to Guru Nanak, the supreme purpose of human life is to reconnect with Akal, the timeless one. However, egotism is the biggest barrier in making this connection. Using Guru's teaching, remembrance of Nam, the divine name of the Lord, leads to the end of egotism. Guru Nanak designated the word Guru to mean the voice or teacher, right? That's what Guru means. Guru literally means fucking teacher. That's all it means. Guru means teacher. Here, let's go back a little bit. Skip a little too far ahead. Skip it a little bit too far ahead. Whoa, buddy. Calm down. All right. According to Guru Nanak, the supreme purpose of human life is to reconnect with the timeless one, right? To mean the voice of the Spirit, the source of knowledge, and the guide to salvation. As Ik Onkar is universally immanent, Guru is indistinguishable from Akal and are one and the same. One connects with Guru only with the accumulation of selfless search of truth. Ultimately, the seeker realizes that it is the consciousness within the body which is the seeker, follower of the word that is the true Guru. The human body is just a means to achieve the reunion with truth. Once truth starts to shine in a person's heart, the essence of current and past holy books of all religions is understood by the person. Guru Nanak's teachings are founded not on a final destination of heaven or hell, but on a spiritual union with the Akal, which results in salvation or Jivan Mukti, enlightenment, liberation within one's life. A concept also found in Hinduism. Guru Gobind Singh makes it clear that human birth is obtained with great fortune, and therefore one needs to be able to make the most of this life. Man, it's almost like I say that at the end of every fucking stream. Yeah, I've actually looked a lot into not Hinduism, but Sikhism. I like it a lot. I think it's fucking awesome. Personally, the Granth Sahib is a great book. I think it's fucking awesome. It's just fucking a good read. Very wholesome. So if you haven't checked that out, check that out. You might learn a thing or two. Sikhs accepted reincarnation and karma concepts found in Buddhism, Hinduism, and Jainism, but do not necessarily infer a metaphysical soteriology such as the state of heaven or nirvana. Nevertheless, in Sikhism, both karma and liberation are modified by the concept of God's grace. Guru Nanak states that the body takes birth because of karma, but salvation is attained through grace. To get closer to God, Sikhs avoid the evils of Maya, keep the everlasting truth in mind, practice Shabad Kirtan, musical recitation of hymns, meditate on Nam, and serve humanity. Sikhs believe that being in company of the satsang, association with Sat, true people, or Sad Sangat, is one of the key ways to achieve liberation from the cycles of reincarnation. The Sikh community may be seen to correspond to A.D. Smith's definition of politicized community, sharing common ancestry, myths, and historical memories of martyrdom and persecution under successive rulers. Yep, martyrdom. Both of these gentlemen were murked, buddy, and tortured by Indian fucking kings and shit. Dicks. Miri Piri is a doctrine that has been practiced in Sikh religion since the 17th century. The doctrine of Mir, social and political aspects of life, and Pir, guides to spiritual aspects of life, was revealed by the first guru of Sikhism, Guru Nanak. He pronounced by the sixth guru of Sikhism, Guru Hargobind, on June 12th. I think I have a picture of Hargobind somewhere in here. No. Yes, I do. Guru Hargobind. I don't know how these got all fucked up out of order and shit, but whatever. It is what it is. After the martyrdom of his father, Guru Hargobind was elevated to guruship and fulfilled the prophecy that was given by primal figure Sikh Baba Buddha. The guru will possess spiritual and temporal power. Guru Hargobind introduced the two swords of Miri and Piri, symbolizing both worldly, social and political, and spiritual authority. The two kirpan of Miri and Piri are tied together with a khanda in the center, so the combination of both is considered supreme. This means that all action informed or rising out of the spiritual heart completes one's purpose and meeting in the world of action, spirituality. Guru Nanak, the first Sikh guru, the founder of Sikhism, was a bhakti saint. He taught the most important form of worship is bhakti, devotion to Waheguru, or God. Guru Arjan, in the Sukhmani Sahib, recommended the true religion as one of loving devotion to God. The Guru Granth Sahib includes suggestions on how Sikhs should perform constant bhakti. Some scholars call Sikhism a Bhakti sect of Indian traditions, adding that it emphasizes Nirguni Bhakti, loving devotion to a divine without qualities or physical form. While Western scholarship generally places Sikhism as arising primarily within a Hindu Bhakti movement milieu, while recognizing some Sufi Islamic influences. Some Indian Sikh scholars disagree and state that Sikhism transcended the environment it emerged from. The basis of the latter analysis is that Bhakti traditions do not clearly dissociate from Vedic texts and their cosmologies and metaphysical worldview, while Sikh tradition clearly did dissociate from the Vedic tradition. Some Sikh sects outside of the Punjab region of India. We'll go back to that so you can all see where the Punjab region of India is. In the north. It's actually not too far from Tibet and Nepal. Some Sikh sects outside the Punjab region of India, such as those found in the Maharashtra and Bihar, practice arti, the ceremonial use of lamps during Bhakti observances in a Sikh Gurdwara. However, most Sikh Gurdwaras forbid arti during their Bhakti practices. Wild. While emphasizing Bhakti, the Sikh gurus also taught that the spiritual life and secular householder life are intertwined, not separate. This logically follows from the panentheistic nature of Sikh philosophy. In Sikh worldview, the everyday world is a part of the infinite reality. Increased spiritual awareness leads to increased and vibrant participation in the everyday world. Guru Nanak described living an active, creative, and practical life of truthfulness, fidelity, self-control, and purity as being higher than the metaphysical truth. The sixth Guru, Guru Hargobind, after Guru Arjan's martyrdom, whoa! Wait. Where is this guy? Wicked. Huh. Why do I feel like some of these got lost along the way? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, there's Hargobind right there. There we go. Fucking A. All this shit's all mixed up. I don't know what the hell happened. Anyways, the sixth Guru, Guru Hargobind, after Guru Arjan's martyrdom faced with oppression by the Islamic Mughal Empire, affirmed the philosophy that political, temporal, and spiritual realms are mutually coexistent. According to the ninth Guru, Guru Tegh Bahadur, the ideal Sikh should have both Shakti and Bhakti. Power resides in temporal and spiritual meditative qualities. This was developed into the concept of the saint soldier by the 10th Sikh Guru Gobind Singh. I don't know what the hell happened with this. All fuckered up. The concept of humanity as elaborated by Guru Nanak refines and negates the monotheistic concept of self-God, declaring that monotheism becomes almost redundant in the movement and crossings of love. Sikh gurus have taught that the human's goal is to end all dualities of self and other, I and not I, attain the attendant balance of separation, fusion, self-other, action-inaction, attachment-detachment in the course of daily life. Sikhs refer to the hymns of the Gurus as Gurbani. Shabad Kirtan is the singing of Gurbani. The entire verses of Guru Granth Sahib are written in a form of poetry and rhyme to be recited in 31 ragas of classical Indian music as specified. However, the exponents of these are rarely to be found amongst the Sikhs who are conversant with all the ragas in the Guru Granth Sahib. Guru Nanak stated that the Shabad Kirtan tradition and taught that listening to Kirtan is a powerful way to achieve tranquility while meditating, and singing of the glories of the Supreme Timeless One with devotion is the most effective way to come in communion with the Supreme Timeless One. The 3 morning prayers for Sikhs consist of Japji Sahib, Jap Sahib, and Tav Prasad Savai. Baptized Sikhs, Amritdaris, that's what they're called, Amritdaris, rise early and meditate, then recite all of the 5 banis of Nitnem before breakfast. 5 banis consist of Jap Ji Sahib, Jap Sahib, Tav Prasad Savai, Chaupai Sahib, Anand Sahib, and recitation of the Banis path is followed by Ardas, in which Sarbat Dabala principle is taught by gurus, which literally means blessings for everyone, blessings to humankind in good faith without discrimination. Holy moly. A key practice by Sikhs is remembrance of the Nam, the divine name, Waheguru. Contemplation is done through Nam Japna, repetition of divine name, or Nam Simran, remembrance of divine name through recitation. The verbal repetition of the name of God or a sacred syllable has been an ancient established practice in religious traditions in India. However, Sikhism developed Nam Simran as an important bhakti practice. Guru Nanak's ideal is the total exposure of one's being to the divine name and total conforming to Dharma or the divine order. Nanak described the result of the disciplined application of Nam Simran as a growing towards and into God, through a gradual process of 5 stages. The last of these, Sakhand, the realm of truth, the final union of the spirit, with God. Hi, Amanda. Welcome in. How you doing? Going over some Sikh religious philosophies real quick before we get into their battle stuff. Service and action for Sikhs. The Sikh gurus taught that by constantly remembering the divine name and through selfless service, the devotee overcomes egotism. This, it states, is the primary root of 5 evil impulses and the cycle of birth and death. Service in Sikhism takes 3 forms. 10, physical service, mental service, such as dedicating your heart for service of others, and Dan, material service, including financial support. Sikhism stresses Kirat Karo, that is honest work. Sikh teachings also stress the concept of sharing, or Vadchako, giving to the needy for the benefit of the community. That's awesome. Yeah, it's good stuff. A lot of pertinent, valuable information. Sikhism regards God as the true emperor, the king of all kings, the one who dispenses justice through the law of karma, a retributive model and divine grace. The term for justice in the Sikh tradition is Nyaya. It is related to the term Dharam, which in Sikhism connotes moral order and righteousness. According to the 10th Sikh Guru, Guru Gobind Singh states, Pashura Singh one must first try all the peaceful means of negotiation in the pursuit of justice. And if these fail, then it is legitimate to draw the sword in defense of righteousness. Sikhism considers an attack on Dharam is an attack on justice, on righteousness, and on the moral order generally. And the Dharam must be defended at all costs. The divine name is its antidote for pain and vices. Forgiveness is taught as a virtue in Sikhism, yet it also teaches it as faithful to shun those with evil intentions and to pick up the sword and fight injustice and religious persecution. Sikhism does not differentiate religious obligations by sex. God in Sikhism has no sex. The Sikh scripture does not discriminate against women, nor bar them from any roles. Women in Sikhism have been in positions of leadership, including leading in wars and issuing orders in hukamnas. Yeah. Egalitarian. Very egalitarian. Not necessarily one of the things I agree with as far as Sikhism is concerned, but, whatever. I'm not Sikh, so I guess I don't really have a place to be contentious, right? Fuck. 'Tis not my religion. I just like the teachings. Pretty wholesome. And equally like, don't fuck with me, or I will beat the shit out of you. Kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's like, don't start no shit, won't be no shit. That's basically like how I look at it. The term guru is derived from the Sanskrit guru, meaning teacher, enlightener, guide, or mentor. The traditions and philosophy of Sikhism were established by 10 gurus from 1469 to 1708. Each guru added and reinforced the message taught by the previous, resulting in the creation of the Sikh religion. Guru Nanak was the first guru and appointed a disciple as his successor. Guru Gobind Singh was the final guru in human form. Before his death, Gobind Singh decreed in 1708 that Guru Granth Sahib would be the final and perpetual guru of the Sikhs, or their holy book. The Guru Granth Sahib. I have a picture of that somewhere around here. Right here. There we go. It's a big-ass book, buddy. Guru Nanak stated that his guru is God, who is the same from the beginning of time to the end of time. Nanak said to be a God's slave and servant, but maintained that he was only a guide and teacher. Nanak stated that the human guru is mortal, who is to be respected and loved, but not worshipped. When guru or Satguru is used in Gurbani, it is often referring to the highest expression of truthfulness. Guru Angad. He's over here, right? No, that's Arjan. There it is. Pretty sure this is Angad. Pretty sure. Succeeded Guru Nanak. Later, an important phase in the development of Sikhism came with the third successor, Guru Amar Das. This actually might be Amar Das. Yeah, this is Amar Das. This wasn't Angad, this is Amar Das. Guru Nanak's teachings emphasized the pursuit of salvation. Guru Amar Das began building a cohesive community of followers with initiatives such as sanctioning distinctive ceremonies for birth, marriage, and death. Amar Das also established the Manji, comparable to a diocese system of clerical supervision. Their god is lame. According to them, their god is the same god that you worship, Stepfire, so you just called your own god lame. That sucks. Guru Amar Das' successor and son-in-law Guru Ram Das founded the city of Amritsar, which is home of the Harmandir Sahib and regarded widely as the holiest city for all the Sikhs. Guru Arjan was arrested by Mughal authorities who were suspicious and hostile to the religious community he was developing. Oh wait, I forgot. Guru Amar Das's son-in-law, Guru Ram Das, this guy was his successor. And then Guru Arjan was arrested by Mughal authorities who were suspicious and hostile to a religious community he was developing. His persecution and death inspired his successors to promote a military and political organization of Sikh communities to defend themselves against the attacks of Mughal forces. Yes, of Mughal forces. The Sikhs established a mechanism which allowed the Sikh religion to react as a community to changing circumstances. The sixth Guru Hargobind, was responsible for the creation of the concept Akal Takht, Throne of Timeless One, which serves as the supreme decision-making center of Sikhism and sits opposite of the Harmandir Sahib. The Akal Takht is located in the city of Amritsar. The leader is appointed by the Shiromani Gurdwara Pabandak community. The Sarbat Khalsa, a representative portion of the Khalsa Panth, historically gathers at Akal Takht on special festivals, such as the Vaishakhi or Hola Mohalla, when there is a need to discuss matters that affect the entire Sikh nation. A Gurmata is an order passed by the Sarbat Khalsa in the presence of the Guru Granth Sahib. A Gurmata is only, or may only be passed on a subject that affects the fundamental principles of Sikh religion. It is binding upon all Sikhs. The term Hukam Nama, literally edict or royal order, is often used interchangeably with the term Gurmata. However, Hukamnama formally refers to the hymn from the Guru Granth Sahib, which is given order to the Sikhs. Man, it's kind of funny. Names, bro. Names. Just fucking holy shit. What you describe is most definitely not my God. Well, unfortunately, that's what they believe. They believe that there is no one religion on the planet that holds absolute all truth. And so, thusly, the God they believe in would, by logical standards, be the God that you believe in, if they consider all religions talking about the same thing, just in, a different way. So, based on a technicality, unfortunately, that's how it works. That is how maths, Stepfire. The Sikhism originated around the 15th century. Guru Nanak, the founder of Sikhism, was born in the village. Yeah, let's go all the way back. All the way back to Guru Nanak. He looks pissed. Like, look at that face. Tell me he's not mad. He's a very mad guru. He's not a sad guru, he's mad guru. The founder of Sikhism was born in the village Rai Boy di Talwandi, now called Nankana Sahib, in present-day Pakistan. His parents were Punjabi, Khatri Hindus. According to hagiography, Puritan Janam Sakhi composed more than 2 centuries after his death, and probably based on oral tradition. Nanak, as a boy, was fascinated by religion and spiritual matters, spending time with wandering ascetics and holy men. His friend was Mardana, a Muslim. Together they would sing devotional songs all night in front of the public and bathe in the river in the morning. One day, At the usual bath, Nanak went missing and his family feared he had drowned. 3 days later, he returned home and declared, "There is no Hindu, there is no Muslim." Thereafter, Nanak started preaching his ideas that formed the tenets of Sikhism. That's a heresy. Well, unfortunately, it would be if I considered it to be fact. But that's not something you can consider a fact because it cannot be proven. So it's all speculation. All of it, everything. Everything is speculation. It's all speculative. Thereafter, Nanak started preaching his ideas that formed the tenets of Sikhism. In 1526, Guru Nanak at age 50 started a small commune in Kartarpur, and his disciples came to be known as Sikhs. Although the exact account of his itinerary is disputed. Hagiographic accounts state that he made 5 major journeys spanning thousands of miles, the first being east towards Bengal and Assam, the second being south toward Andhra and Tamil Nadu, and the third north to Kashmir, Ladakh, and Mount Sumeru in Tibet, and the fourth being Baghdad. His last and final tour, he returned to the banks of the Ravi River to end his days. There are 2 competing theories on Guru Nanak's teachings. One, according to Cole Sembi, is based on hagiographical Janam Sakis and states that Nanak's teachings in Sikhism were a revelation from God, a revelation from God, and not a social protest movement, nor any attempt to reconcile Hinduism and Islam in the 15th century. The other states that Nanak was a guru, according to the Singha. Sikhism does not subscribe to the theory of incarnation or the concept of prophethood, but it has a pivotal concept of guru. He is not an incarnation of God, not even a prophet. He is an illumined soul. Now who's the flat earther? No, I'm not a flat earther. That is the last thing. That is literally the last motherfucking thing on the planet you could get me to believe. Like, the literal last thing on the planet you could get me to believe is that this planet is flat. Holy shit. Man. The second theory continues that hagiographical Janamsakis were not written by Nanak, but by later followers without regard for historical accuracy, and contain numerous legends and myths created to show respect for Nanak. The term revelation, clarified Cole and Sambi, in a Sikhism is not limited to the teachings of Nanak, but is extended to all Sikh gurus as well as the words of past, present, and future men and women who possess divine knowledge intuitively through meditation. The Sikh revelations include the words of non-Sikh Bhagats. Some Bhagat, like a baguette. Some who lived and died before the birth of Nanak, and whose teachings are a part of Sikh scriptures. The Adi Granth and successive Sikh gurus repeatedly emphasized states Mandir that Sikhism is not about hearing voices from God, but it is about changing the nature of the human mind, and anyone can achieve direct experience and spiritual perfection at any time. But they believed it, bro. Don't you know that what they believe is fact? Well, that's too fucking bad for the fat earthers. They can believe all they want. They're still fat. Notice I just left that in there. Yep, fat earthers. Those fucking flat earth assholes. It's only flat because you sat on it with your fat ass and you popped a damn ball. That's why it's flat. Okay? You fat earthers. Bunch of fat earthers out here. Debate me. Oh, ha ha. The roots of Sikh traditions are, states Louis French, perhaps in the saint tradition of India, whose ideology grew to become Bhakti tradition, furthermore adds French. Few Sikhs would mention these Indic texts and ideologies in the same breath as the Sikh tradition, let alone trace elements of their tradition to this chronological and ideological point, despite the fact that the Indic mythology permeates the Sikh sacred canon, the Guru Granth Sahib, and the secondary canon, the Dazam Granth, and adds delicate nuance and substance to the sacred symbolic universe of the Sikhs of today and their past ancestors. The legends. The development of Sikhism was influenced by the Bhakti movement. However, Sikhism was not simply an extension of Bhakti movement. Sikhism, for instance, disagreed with some of the views of the Bhakti saints Kabir and Ravidas. Sikhism developed while the religion was being ruled by the Mughal Empire. Two Sikh gurus, Guru Arjan and Guru Tegh Bahadur, refused to convert to Islam. Yeah, they refused to convert to Islam. And, well, we know what happened. Two Sikh gurus refused to convert to Islam. Well, they were tortured and executed by the Mughal rulers. The Islamic era persecution of Sikhs triggered the founding of the Khalsa as an order of freedom of conscience and religion. A Sikh is expected to embody the qualities of Saint Sipahi, a saint soldier. These fucking guys. All pissed off and shit. Brr. Yeah, let's go back. After its inception, Sikhism grew as it gained converts among Hindus and Muslims in the Punjab region. 1539, Guru Nanak chose his disciple, Lahina, as successor to the guruship rather than either of his sons. Lahina was named Guru Angad and became the second of the Guru Sikhs. Yes, Guru Angad. Nanak conferred his choice at the town of Kartarpur on the banks of the river Ravi. Sri Chand, Guru Nanak's son, was also a religious man and continued his own commune of Sikhs. His followers came to be known as the Udasi Sikhs, the first parallel sect of Sikhism that formed in Sikh history. The Udasis believed that the guruship should have gone to Sri Chand, since he was a man of pious habits in addition to being Nanak's son. Guru Angad, before joining Guru Nanak's commune, worked as pujari, or priest, and religious teacher centered around Hindu goddess Durga. On Nanak's advice, Guru Angad moved from Kartarpur to Kadur, where his wife Kivi and children were living, until he was able to bridge the divide between his followers and the Udasis. Guru Angad continued the work started by Guru Nanak and is widely credited for standardizing the Gurumukhi script as used in the sacred scripture of the Sikhs. Guru Amar Das became the third Sikh guru in 1552 at the age of 73. At the age of 73, he became a guru. Let's go. He was an old guy. He adhered to the Vaishnavism. There we go. Vaishnavism tradition of Hindu for much of his life before joining the commune of Guru Angad. Goindwal became an important center for Sikhism during the guruship of Guru Amar Das. He was a reformer and discouraged veiling towards women's faces, a Muslim custom, as well as sati, a Hindu custom. He encouraged the kshatriya people to fight in order to protect the people and for the sake of justice. Starting this is Dharma. Guru Amar Das started the tradition of appointing Manji, zones of religious administration with appointed chief called Sangatiyas. Introduced the Dasvend, or title, system of revenue collection in the name of the Guru and as pooled community religious resource. And famed Langar tradition of Sikhism, where anyone, without the discrimination of any kind, could get a free meal in a communal seating. The collection of revenue from Sikhs through regional appointees helped Sikhism grow. Guru Amar Das named his disciple and son-in-law Jita as the next guru, who became known as Guru Ram Das. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I went to high school with that guy. Just kidding. The new guru faced hostilities from the son's Guru Amar Das, and therefore shifted his official base to the lands identified by Guru Amar Das as Guru Kakchak. He moved his commune of Sikhs there, and the place then was called Ramdaspur after him. The city grew and later became Amritsar, the holiest city of Sikhism. Guru Ramdas expanded the Manji organization for clerical appointments in Sikh temples and for revenue collections to theologically and economically support Sikh movement. In 1581, Guru Arjan, the youngest son of Guru Ramdas, became the 5th guru of the Sikhs. Now they're in order. Fucking weird. Shit was all like jumbled up at the beginning. What the hell's going on? The elder son of Guru Ramdas, named Preeti Chand, is remembered in the Sikh tradition as vehemently opposing Guru Arjan, creating a faction Sikh community, which the Sikhs followed Guru Arjan called Minas, literally scoundrels. They were called scoundrels. Guru Arjan is remembered among Sikhs for many accomplishments. He built the first Hari Mandir Sahib, later to be known as the Golden Temple. He was a poet and created the first edition of Sikh sacred texts known as the Adi Granth, the first holy book, and included the writings of the first 5 gurus and other enlightened 13 Hindu and 2 Muslim Sufi saints. In 1606, he was tortured and killed by the Mughal Emperor Jahangir for refusing to convert to Islam. His martyrdom is considered a watershed event in history of Sikh. Yep. After the martyrdom of Guru Arjan, his son Hargobind at age 11 became the 6th guru of the Sikhs, and Sikhism dramatically evolved to become a political movement in addition to being religious. Guru Hargobind, who carried 2 swords, calling one spiritual and the other for temporal purpose, reflecting on the concept of Miri Piri. According to the Sikh tradition, Guru Arjan asked his son Hargobind to start a military tradition to protect the Sikh people and always keep himself surrounded by armed Sikhs. The building of an armed Sikh militia began with the Guru Hargobind. He was soon arrested by the Mughals and kept in jail at Gwalior. It is unclear how many years he served in prison, with 2 different texts stating it to be between 2 and 12 years. Holy shit, that's a pretty huge gap. He married 3 women, built a fort to defend Ramdaspur, and created a formal court called Akal Takht, now the highest Khalsa Sikh religious authority. Let's fucking go. Dude's a legend. Technically, all these guys fucking did a lot. In 1644, Guru Hargobind named his grandson Har Rai as Guru. The Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan attempted political means to undermine the Sikh tradition by dividing and influencing the succession. The Mughal ruler gave land grants to Dhir Mal, a grandson of Guru Hargobind, living in Kartarpur, and attempted to encourage Sikhs to recognize Dhir Mal as the rightful successor to Guru Hargobind. Dhir Mal issued statements in favor of the Mughal state and critical of his grandfather Guru Arjan. Guru Hargobind rejected Dhir Mal. The latter refused to give up the original version of the Adi Granth he had, and the Sikh community was divided. Right, 2-12, yeah. Guru Har Rai is famed to have met Dara Sikho. During the time, Dara Sikho and his younger brother Aurangzeb were in a bitter succession fight. Aurangzeb summoned Guru Har Rai, who refused to go, and sent his elder son Ram Rai instead. The emperor found a verse in the Sikh scripture insulting to Muslims, and Ram Rai agreed it was a mistake, then changed it. Ram Rai, thus pleased with Aurangzeb, but displeased Guru Har Rai, who excommunicated his elder son. He nominated his younger son Guru Har Krishan to succeed him in 1661. Aurangzeb responded by granting Ram Rai a Jagir land grant. Ram Rai founded a town there and enjoyed Aurangzeb's patronage. The town came to be known as Dehradun, after Dehra referring to Ram Rai's shrine. Sikhs who followed Ram Rai came to be known as Ramraya Sikhs. However, according to rough estimates, there are around 120 to 150 million. Guru Har Krishan became the 8th guru at the age of 5 and then died of smallpox before reaching the age of 8. No hymns composed by these 3 gurus are included in the Guru Granth Sahib. Yep. Dang it. Guru Teg Bahadur, the uncle of Guru Har Krishan, became guru in 1665. Teg Bahadur resisted the forced conversions of Kashmiri Pandits and non-Muslims to Islam, and was publicly beheaded in 1675 on the orders of Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb in Delhi for refusing to convert to Islam. Bruv. Every time. Holy shit. Just one guy after the next. You'd think they'd just be like, and I'm not talking about you'd think the Sikhs would be like, yeah, fuck it, we'll just convert. But like, you'd think that the fucking Islamic leaders of India would, like the Mughal leaders would have been like, well, fuck, man, every time we kill a guy, they get more supporters. We should probably stop doing that. Hilarious. Keep making the same mistake. Like, they fueled their enemy's fire. Tactically, if we're thinking about this strategically, right? We're not taking sides here. They fueled the enemy's fire by creating martyrs. Don't do that. Don't give your enemy a reason to gain support for any reason whatsoever. What the fuck? Counterproductive to warfare, just bad tactics, Mughal Emperor. Failure. Not that he should have, anything bad should have ever happened to the Sikhs. I think they're fucking awesome. In fact, they're legends for having defended their fucking religious, whatever. Like, look, I said a while back that the only rights you have are ones that you can defend. This is proof of that. The Sikhs are fucking proof of that shit. They were persecuted on both sides, and they were like, you know what, fuck it. We'll take up the sword. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do this. We're gonna defend our right to practice whatever fucking religion we damn well please to practice, which just so happens to be Sikhism. Let's go. His body was cremated in Delhi, while his head was carried secretively by Sikhs and cremated in Anandpur. He was succeeded by his son, Gobind Rai, who militarized the followers by creating a Khalsa in 1699 and baptizing the Panj pair. From then on, he was known as Guru Gobind Singh. And the Sikh identity was refined into a political force resisting religious persecution. Guru Gobind Singh inaugurated the Khalsa, the collective body of all initiated Sikhs, as the Sikh temporal authority in the year 1699. Created a community that combines its spiritual purpose and goals with political and military duties. Shortly before his death, Guru Gobind Singh proclaimed the Guru Granth Sahib to be the ultimate spiritual authority for the Sikhs. The Sikh Khalsa's rise to power began in the 17th century during a time of growing militancy against Mughal rule. Yeah, because they were dicks. The creation of the Sikh Empire began when Guru Gobind Singh sent a Sikh general, Banda Singh Bahadur, to fight the Mughal rulers of India and those who had committed atrocities against Pir Badu Shah. Banda Singh advanced his army towards the main Muslim Mughal city of Sirhind and, following the instructions of the Guru, punished all the culprits. The fucking legend. Soon after the invasion of Sirhind, while resting in his chamber after the Reras prayer, Guru Gobind Singh was stabbed by a Pathan assassin hired by the Mughals. Man, it's almost like it's related after we just did the order of assassin. Yeah, assassination is a thing. Last episode was the order of the assassins, and that's part of the reason I brought this up when I was talking about the order of assassins, because that reminded me, Turkish assassins wearing turbans, reminded me of fucking, the Sikhs, like, fight against persecution from literally everybody. Gobind Singh killed the attacker with a sword like a legend. Yeah, that's another thing. This dude didn't go down right away. He's like, He was stabbed by a Pathan assassin hired by the Mughals. Gobind Singh killed the attacker with a sword. Though a European surgeon stitched the Guru's wound, the wound reopened as the Guru tugged at a hard, strong bow after a few days, causing the profuse bleeding that led to Gobind Singh's death. Dang it. After Guru Gobind Singh's death, Banda Singh Bahadur became the commander-in-chief of the Khalsa. He organized civilian rebellion and abolished or halted the zamindari system. In time, he was active and gave the farmers proprietorship of their own land. Banda Singh was executed by the Emperor Farrukh Siyar after refusing the order of a pardon if he converted to Islam. Farrukh Siyar, this is the guy that condemned him to death for not converting to Islam. That's like the 6th time or the 7th time I fucking said that. Fuck, in this one stream, that's crazy. The Confederacy of Sikh warrior bands known as the Missiles emerged, but these fought between themselves. Ranjit Singh achieved a series of military victories and created a Sikh empire in 1799. Fucking legend. The Sikh empire, with its capital in Lahore, spread over almost 200,000 square miles, or 520,000 square kilometers, comprising what is now northwestern Indian subcontinent. The Sikh Empire entered into a treaty with the colonial British powers. with each side recognizing Sutlej River as the line of control and agreeing not to invade the other side. Ranjit Singh's most lasting legacy was the restoration and expansion of the Harmandir Sahib, the most revered Gurudwara of the Sikhs, with marble and gold, from which the popular name, the Golden Temple, is derived. After the death of Ranjit Singh in 1839, the Sikh Empire fell into disorder. Ranjit Singh had failed to establish a lasting structure for the Sikh government or a stable succession, and the Sikh Empire rapidly declined after his death. Factions divided the Sikhs and led to the Anglo-Sikh Wars. The British defeated the confused, demoralized Khalsa forces, then disbanded them into destitution. The youngest son of Ranjit Singh, named Duleep Singh, this guy right, Duleep Singh, ultimately succeeded, but he was arrested and exiled after the defeat of the Sikhs. What is up with England and fucking exiling people? Now, we're going to put you on a teeny little island, and we're going to put you on a teeny little island, and we're just going to leave you there. Like, if England has one thing that they fucking do, it's just, God, it's exiling people. The Singh Sabha movement, a movement to revitalize Sikhism, also saw a resurgence of Khalsa after the defeat in the wars with the British. Latterly, the Second Anglo-Sikh War and the subsequent decline and corruption of the Sikh institutions during colonial rule and the proselytization of other faith groups in the Punjab. It was started in the 1870s, and after a period of interfractional rivalry, the united under the Tat Khalsa to reinvigorate the Sikh practice and institutions. The last Maharaja of the Sikh Empire, Duleep Singh, converted to Christianity in 1853, a controversial but influential event in Sikh history. Along with this conversion, after Sikh Empire had been dissolved and the region made part of the colonial British Empire, proselytizing activities of Christians, Brahmo Samajis, Arya Samaj, Muslim Anjuman-e-Ismailia, and Ahmadiyya sought to convert the Sikhs in northwestern Indian subcontinent into their respective faiths. Dick move. These developments launched the Singh Sabha movement. The first meeting of the movement was at the Golden Temple, Amritsar, in 1873, and it was largely launched by the Sanatan Sikhs, Jainis, priests, and Granthis. Shortly thereafter, Nihang Sikhs began influencing the movement, followed by a sustained campaign by the Tat Khalsa, which had quickly gained dominance by the early 1880s. The movement became a struggle between the Sanatan Sikhs and the Tat Khalsa in defending and interpreting Sikhism. Sanatan Sikhs led by Kem Singh Bedi, this guy right here, who claimed to be a direct descendant of Guru Nanak. Avtar Singh Vahiria and others supported a more inconclusive approach which considered Sikhism as a reformed tradition of Hindu, while Tat Khalsa campaigned for an exclusive approach to Sikh identity, disagreeing with Sanatan Sikhs and seeking to modernize Sikhism. Get it? Seeking to modernize Sikhism? I get it. There's a pun there. That's kind of funny. The Sikh Sabha movement expanded into the north and northwest Indian subcontinent, leading to more than 100 Singh Sabhas. By the early decades of the 20th century, the influence of Tat Khalsa increased in interpreting the nature of Sikhism and the control over the Sikh Gurdwaras. The Tat Khalsa banished Brahmanical practices, including the use of Yagna fire, replaced by the Anand Karaj marriage ceremony in accordance with Sikh scripture, and the idols and images of Sikh gurus from the Golden Temple in 1905, traditions which had taken root during the administration of the Mahants during the 1800s. They undertook a sustained campaign to standardize how Sikh gurdwaras looked and ran, while looking to Sikh scriptures and the early Sikh tradition to purify the Sikh identity. The spiritual successors of Sikh Sabha include the Akali movement in the 1920s, as well as the modern-day Shiromani Gurdwara Parbandak Committee, a Gurdwara administration body, and the Akali Dal political party. Sikhs participated and contributed to the decade-long Indian independence movement in the first half of the 20th century. Ultimately, when the British Empire recognized independent India, the land was partitioned into Hindu-majority India and Muslim-majority Pakistan, east and west, in 1947. According to Benga, the partition was a watershed event in Sikh history. The Sikhs had historically lived in the northwestern region of the Indian subcontinent on both sides of the partition line. According to Benga and other scholars, the Sikhs had strongly opposed the Muslim League demands and saw it as perpetuation of a Muslim domination and anti-Sikh policies in what had just 100 years before was part of the Sikh Empire. As such, Sikh organizations, including Chief Khalsa Diwan and Shiromani Akali Dal, led by Master Tara Singh, condemned the Lahore Resolution and the movement to create Pakistan, viewing it as inviting possible persecution. The Sikhs largely thus strongly opposed the partition of India. During the discussions with colonial authorities, Tara Singh emerged as an important leader who campaigned to prevent the partition of colonial India and for the recognition of Sikhs as a third community, which actually probably would have saved a shit ton of lives, because hundreds of thousands of people died with that whole, Hindu Islam separation thing that went on. Probably go over that at one point. That's a sad fucking story, buddy. Holy shit. When partition was announced, the newly created line divided the Sikh population. Along with Hindus, Sikhs suffered organized violence and riots against them in West Pakistan. As a result, Sikhs moved en masse to the Indian side, leaving behind their property and holy sites. However, the anti-Sikh violence was not one-sided. As the Sikhs moved to the eastern side of the partition line, they engaged in reprisals against Muslims there, forcing them into Pakistan. Before the partition, Sikhs constituted about 15% of the population in West Punjab, the majority being Muslims, 55%. The Sikhs were the economic elite in the West Punjab, however. They had the largest representation in West Punjab's aristocracy, and there were nearly 700 gurdwaras and 400 educational institutions that served as interests of the Sikhs, or served the interest of the Sikhs. Prior to the partition, there were a series of disputes between the majority Muslims and minority Sikhs, such as on matters of Jatka versus halal meat, the disputed ownership of Gurdwara Sahidganj in Lahore, which Muslims sought as a mosque and Sikhs as a Gurdwara, and the insistence of the provincial Muslim government on switching from Indian Gurmukhi script to Arabic Persian Nastaliq script in schools. During and after the Simla Conference in June 1945, headed by Lord Wavell, the Sikh leaders initially expressed their desire to be recognized as a third community, but ultimately relegated these demands and sought a united India where Sikhs, Hindus, and Muslims would live together under a Swiss-style constitution. The Muslim League rejected this approach, demanding that the entire Punjab should be granted to Pakistan. The Sikh leaders then sought the original partition instead, and the Congress Working Committee passed a resolution in support of partitioning Punjab and Bengal. Between March and August 1947, a series of riots, arson, plunder of Sikh and property, assassination of Sikh leaders, and killings in Jhelum districts, Rawalpindi, Attock, and other places led to Tara Singh calling the situation in Punjab a civil war, while Lord Mountbatten stated civil war preparations were going on. Riots had triggered the early waves of migration in April, with some 20,000 people leaving northwest Punjab and moving to Patiala. In Rawalpindi, 40,000 people became homeless. The Sikh leaders made desperate petitions, but all religious communities were suffering in the political turmoil. Sikhs constituted only 4 million of a total 28 million in the Punjab, and 6 million out of nearly 400 million in India. They did not constitute the majority, not even in a single district. When the partition line was formally announced in August 1947, the violence was unprecedented, with Sikhs being one of the most affected religious communities, both in terms of deaths as well as property loss, injury, trauma, and disruption. Sikhs and Muslims were both victims and perpetrators of retaliatory violence against each other. Estimates range between 200,000 and 2 million deaths of Sikhs, Hindus, and Muslims. Yeah, it's probably somewhere in the middle of that. And not even like, I don't know, if I had to guess, I'd probably put it around somewhere around 800,000. Because the sources on those numbers vary wildly. 2.5 mil, 80,000. It's like, okay, well, half the sources say fucking 400,000. Some of the sources are real low, some of the sources are real high, and some of them say 800,000. So I'm probably going to go somewhere right in the middle and say probably 750. 750,000 approximate deaths of Sikhs, Hindus, and Muslims in that whole situation. Fucking nuts. There were numerous R-words and mass suicides by Sikh women. They're being taken captive, and their rescues, and above all, mass exodus of Sikhs from newly created Pakistan into newly independent India. The partition created the largest foot convoy of refugees recorded in human history, stretching over 100 kilometers long. States Banga, with nearly 300,000 people consisting of mostly distraught, suffering, injured, and angry Sikhs. Sikh and Hindu refugees from Pakistan flooded into India. Muslim refugees from India flooded into Pakistan, each into their new homeland. Yeah, it was all fucked up. All fucked up. In 1940, a few Sikhs, such as the victims of Komagata Maru in Canada, proposed the idea of Khalistan as a buffer state between an independent India and what would become Pakistan. These leaders, however, were largely ignored. The early 1980s witnessed some Sikh groups seeking, that's kind of funny, an independent state named Khalistan. Carved out from India and Pakistan, the Golden Temple and Akal Takht were occupied by various militant groups in 1982. These included the Dharam Yudh Morcha, led by Jarnail Singh Bhindranwale and Babar Khalsa, in the AISSF and National Council of Khalistan. Between 1982 and 1983, there were Anandpur Resolution demand-related terrorist attacks against civilians in parts of India. By late 1983, Bindi Ranwale-led group had begun to build bunkers and observation posts in and around the Golden Temple, with militants involved in weapons training. In June 1984, the then Prime Minister of India, Indira Gandhi, ordered Indian Army to begin Operation Blue Star against the militants. The fierce engagement took place in the precincts under Darbar Sahib and resulted in many deaths, including Bhindranwale It also resulted in the destruction of the Sikh Reference Library, which was considered a national treasure that contained over 1,000 rare manuscripts and the Akal Takht. Damn it! Numerous soldiers, civilians, and militants died in the crossfire. Within days of Operation Blue Star, some 2,000 Sikh soldiers in India mutinied and attempted to reach Amritsar to liberate the Golden Temple. Within 6 months, on the 31st of October 1984, Indira Gandhi's Sikh bodyguards Satwant and Beyant Singh assassinated her. These two assholes right here. They assassinated her. The assassination triggered the 1984 anti-Sikh riots. According to Donald Horowitz, while anti-Sikh riots led to much damage and deaths, many serious provocations by militants also failed to trigger ethnic violence in many cases throughout the 1980s. The Sikhs and their neighbors, for the most part, ignored attempts to provoke riots and communal strife. Shit. That is a pretty, I hope, good overview of Sikhism. I mean, it's not a full, in-depth fucking educational breakdown of Sikhism, but an overview nonetheless. I think I pretty much nailed it on that. Which means that next time we can get into some other stuff. Let's see, what is tonight? Yeah, so tonight will be an aviation prattle. Unfortunately, not battle tactics and war strategies, but Monday's battle tactics and war strategies will be the First Anglo-Sikh War. And then we'll get into the Second Anglo-Sikh War. And then the Afghan-Sikh Wars. And after we're done with that, we're going to make a full swing back to the Ottoman Empire. So we can go over the Hungarian-Ottoman Wars. And then, good old Vlad the Impaler on Halloween for 3 hours. We'll be talking about impaling, gore, the Ottomans, Wallachia, Vlad. Should be a good time. But that is all I had for tonight. Just the overview of Sikhism, so that we could get into some of the Sikh wars. Talk about those real quick before we loop back to the Middle East with fucking Vlad. Middle East and Europe. I mean, Ottomans, Hungary. That whole deal. Robert, welcome in. Jumping in right at the end. Caught me right at the end. That's okay, though. Because I'm going to end my stream here. Go walk my dogs. Then I'll probably be back for another hour and a half or so. After I'm done walking my dogs and going to the bathroom and shit. Play some fucking games for a couple hours. And then, And then I will leave you all. But as for this stream, this stream's time has come to an end. That being said, I hope you all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night. No matter where you're at in the world, enjoy your time, because it could be limited. You never know what could happen. A ninja might show up in your bedroom, and instead of leaving the dagger in the floor next to you with a nice little note saying that they were there, they could just leave the dagger in you with a nice little note saying that they were there, and then somebody else has to discover it. Nobody wants that to happen, so enjoy your time, because you never know what could happen. That being said, my time with you this evening with battle tactics and war strategies has come to an end. For those of you who want to come back and watch some gaming bullshit, just kind of hang out for a couple hours and fucking talk about whatever fucking nonsense comes up in the conversation, well, I'll see you in about 30 minutes. Other than that, I bid you all adieu and farewell.
just wish he knew. I just wish he knew.